Hey, thanks for watching 4-Color Commentary. Not in the usual surroundings today, but this was an unusual day. I got to go to CollectorCon in Tulsa, a semi-annual to annual comic book show, local comic book show, and picked up some great old books that I'll be sharing in a future video. But the highlight of the day was got to interview with the cast of Comic Book Straight Talk, a Tulsa-based comic book podcast. And so we're going to go right to the interview, and hope you enjoy it. So here's the interview with the cast, the crew, the members of Comic Book Straight Talk. 4-Color Commentary, we're here with the cast of Comic Book Straight Talk out of Tulsa Comics Podcast. Even got Carrington here. All right. Got all the guys here. Give us your names.
Terry.
Alien.
Kenny.
There you go. All right. Okay, so you guys have been doing, I'm going to put it on Dalian here.
All right.
Not ignoring you guys. I'm putting it on Dalian here because he's kind of the guy, isn't he? Is he the guy?
He thinks
Is he the one? Okay, thinks he is. All
He said he
right.
wanted to be the moderator.
We're going to start with you.
Any decision, I do run it by them first, pretty usually.
Well, we're going to start with you. We're going to end with the best, okay? All right. All right. Okay. How long has your podcast been running? And it is Comic Book Straight Talk. How long has it been running now?
I believe 2 years.
How many episodes?
We're up to 46, I think.
46. All right.
46. There was a misnumbering, so that's why I have to.
Okay. All right. Now, where do y'all do the podcast out of, Kenny?
Comic Empire of Tulsa.
And of course, everybody knows Comic Empire of Tulsa. Whatever.
The basement of Comic
The
Empire.
basement of Comic Empire of Tulsa. Okay. Secret basement. Okay. Wow. I didn't even know there was a secret basement. Okay, that's great.
It's a secret.
Well,
it was.
He's kept it good. It's not now. It's not a secret basement now. All right. Hardest thing about doing a podcast. Y'all have had one running for 2 years now. Hardest thing about doing the podcast. What is that? I want all of you to get in on this. So.
Working with Dow.
Working with Dow.
For me, honestly, I think topics each time.
Coming up with topics.
Coming up with topics. Okay. What about
Putting up with Dow.
Putting up with Dow. Carrington. Putting up with the old guys. Yeah, putting up with the old guys. Okay. All right. Oh, we are here at CollectorCon, by the way. I guess I should give a shout out to CollectorCon. Best thing, most exciting thing happening in comics today. Movies, TV, comics themselves, anything. What do you think?
I would say, well, with the recent news, Marvel acquiring Fox to get the rights back to their movies. I would also say, kind of going back to good stories.
Yeah.
Are being done. Not necessarily from Marvel, but from DC, independent stuff like that. Marvel has had some really good stories that have come out in the last 6, 8 years. So.
All right. How about it, Terry?
Mine is more of something that's possibly going to happen in the future. Comics right now, I mean, they've been going up in price with the movies and everything, but here in the last couple of months, they have just exploded, it seems like, price-wise. And I'm thinking that we're going to get to a point where there's going to be a correction. So I'm looking forward to those comics going down in price.
Because
there you go.
Because you're hoarding.
No, if they're going down in price, so I can hoard more, yes.
I'm with him. Comics back issues going down. Taking his moment. There you go. What do you think?
I think the Indiegogo and Kickstarter campaigns and stuff like that, where the people are starting to self-publish their stuff.
Yeah. And we're talking about that on your last podcast,
Right.
but it was interesting. I heard that. That was good. So, okay. What about it, Carrington? Most exciting thing in comics right now, today. You're a comics fan. Come on.
Not in comics, but in shows.
Okay.
Attack on Titan Season 3. I have been freaking out over it, and tomorrow is episode 3.
All right. That's actually more than I expected from you. So, all right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll tune in.
On the podcast.
Yeah. Tune in to Comic Book Straight Talk and 4-Color Commentary. You get to hear from these guys every week?
We try to do about every 2 weeks.
Not every 2 weeks?
2 episodes a month. They're usually up Sunday night, Monday morning, unless there's difficulties.
Good deal. Tune in to hear Carrington. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So there you have it, the crew of the cast of Comic Book Straight Talk. Hope you'll go over and check out their channel. Just Comic Book Straight Talk. CollectorCon is in the name there. And great group of guys. They do some interesting podcasts. And so keep them in mind when you're looking for something to view on YouTube. Now, of course, after I go to a local show, one of the things I try to do is hit my local comic book shop, and you know what it is if you've watched my videos before. It is Comic Empire of Tulsa, and so I always like to go by and show Michael McCormick what I picked up. So that was my next stop.
I know it. Well, it's $45 book, so I'll put 20 on it. How's that? That ought to cover it.
All right, so
I always like that cover though.
yeah, always reminded me of Eisner in the way he did some of his Spirit covers.
Yeah, exactly. In
That's,
fact, the only reason it would have been,
yeah.
yeah, I know, that's exactly what it was.
Batman 366.
In fact, I'm surprised.
Spirit.
I'm kind of surprised there's not a little, you know how sometimes they'll do a cover and they say homage to somebody. I'm
Right.
surprised they don't have, you know, in honor of Will Eisner.
Right. Homage to Will Eisner.
That may be.
No,
what
but I
all
was
through it, you know.
really happy to see. In fact, I got 2 copies of that number 10, Fantasy Masterpieces number 10.
Yeah.
I was really happy to find those at the show.
Mm-hmm.
We got issue 10. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 11, 10, 11. So
Yeah, those are nice. I still love it. I don't know why they don't sell better. And well, no, number 4 does, and
Right.
number 1 does.
and I do have number 4. I didn't have number 1. I told you last time I had number 1, but I don't have number 1.
Yeah.
But
Oh well, I've got a number 1.
you do. But I've spent all I can spend today. So
Well, I mean, I've got no. I mean, if you want it, I'll put it in your bag and for a later time.
how much is it?
I got $12 on
$12 for the and that's the Fantasy Masterpieces.
it. For number 1, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put that in my bag.
Yeah. I mean, it's something you want. I'll certainly.
And you said-
I mean, like I say, it's been up there forever.
Yeah. And you said that
In
Fantasy
fact, I think
Master,
it actually. Huh? The Fantasy
the
Master.
Fantasy Masterpieces, they didn't reprint the whole Silver Surfer series, did they?
Almost. They
They were-
got to like. Did they get up to the Spider-Man one? Was that 14?
Yeah.
I think they got up to at least
that's
14.
right.
Well, I don't know. Look it up.
Now I found this. This is that 2-issue story from Spectacular
It's got
Spider-Man.
a little reader crease on it. Is that
That's all right.
okay?
That's all right.
All right.
You ever seen that cover before?
Here, I'll knock it.
That
down
Frank
to-
Smith cover?
I'll knock it
Frank
down to-
Smith. Frank Miller cover?
I'll knock it to $8 for it.
Okay.
I have seen that. I
I've
remember when
never
they
seen
did
that
I remember
reprint
when they
book
did that
before.
reprint, but it's
That's
only-
a
you never
beautiful
see it.
cover.
Yeah, it is. That's definitely
And,
Miller, though. That's definitely Miller.
Yeah. Found an Adventures into Fear for a buck. That was a pretty decent. I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
which
finish.
one?
I'm just trying to finish that run.
They
Number
had several
16.
series in that one.
Number 16. The man.
got a
I'm getting the man
yeah.
thing.
Exactly. Oh, a Plug
the
one.
man thing. Yeah.
Is that a Plug one?
Yeah. No, that's Brunner though.
Oh, wow,
almost
that is
as
a Brunner.
almost as good.
Yeah,
Almost as good.
I mean, it is just as good to me.
Frank
yeah.
Brunner. Yeah.
Oh, that was a Brunner head.
Picked up a Godzilla. That's been one of the series that is hard.
They are hard to get.
chase
Used
down.
to find them in discount
and it's-
boxes for 30 years.
Right.
Now you
And it's
can.
number
in fact,
15.
I think number 1 is around $75 or something. I mean, you could find
And
those
it's
everywhere. Now you don't find them anywhere.
It's a late issue too, number 15. Now I
Yeah.
got a couple of Detective Comic issues that 586. Yeah, he was set up there,
Okay.
and we got number 569 and 571. Now that Scarecrow cover, I've always loved that Scarecrow cover. You got the giant Scarecrow there, Batman running in fear.
Yeah.
And he only had about that was the first time I read Detective Comics ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
Was when Alan Davis was doing the art. Alan Davis and Paul Neary, kind of like burning Terry Austin,
Right.
you know, John Byrne, Terry Austin.
Fantasy Masterpiece 14. They did right through
Cool.
to the Spider-Man ones last. So they
Okay.
didn't do 15 through 18.
Right, so there's some missing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But other than that, almost. But you got all the classic ones there.
But when they went from they started doing year 2 in that, and they went from something happened with Alan Davis, and they went right from Alan Davis artwork to Todd McFarlane artwork.
Mhm.
And this the shock that was.
Yeah, it was kinda shocking.
From the one issue to the next.
That's true.
But and then that one got me a Spidey Super Stories. I've been looking for number 1 that I've been looking to
Well,
for a
that's
long
hard to
time.
find. You don't see them much at all.
Yeah, from Jimmy Trammell for $4. He even knocked $1 off of it. Great,
Yeah, that's doing good.
great John Romita Senior cover on there. But, now, you were already what, a teenager when they were publishing that, or were you? How old were you when they started publishing?
The Electric Company?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never bought a single one of those because
Okay.
they were very, you read them and they're like, run, Spidey, run,
Yeah.
see Spidey, run. I mean, they're very, they're new reader
Right.
oriented.
They are.
Although I have had many people tell me they learned to read by reading that book.
Now, you remember when they restarted after Heroes Reborn? The Image guys taking over the Marvel Heroes. You remember how they did the Sunburst covers on all those? Remember how hot those were?
They were.
How many of those Sunburst covers did you?
You're the first one to mention them in 20 years.
I know, but it was 25 cents. So, you know, hey.
So all you variant
$4.
chasers out there,
That's right.
just know that 20 years from now, nobody's going to give two grunts about your variant. Okay?
There you go. Speaking of gimmick covers, got the old Peter Parker's in jail.
Oh yeah, with
the cardboard
with the
gatefold
bars.
cover or whatever that is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, I've never actually owned that one, so I thought, well, I'll read it. How bad can it be? It's John Romita Jr. art, so you know. Captain America, number 229. And how can you pass up a guest appearance by the Texas Twister?
Well, one of the all-time great characters.
And I don't know who the dude on the roller skates are.
Is that Rocket Racer?
No, it's
You
not
don't have
Rocket Racer. No, it's not Rocket
wow,
Racer.
he only has one skate.
He has
What the heck is that?
One wheel on each foot. I don't know who he is.
I don't know.
Remains to be seen as I read that story. But I do believe that is a Sal Buscema.
He might be related to Skate Man.
I do believe that's a Sal Buscema
Possibly
issue.
a Neil Adams Skate Man reference.
Possibly.
Because there's a lot of those. In
Oh
comics.
man, for those of you who don't know who Skate Man is, look at it. I actually have two different copies of that book.
Well, there are only two. They
One of-
only ran 2 issues.
No,
so-
I mean two issues. I'm sorry, 2 copies of number 1.
Oh, I got you.
But
I always wondered what would happen if you went up to Neil Adams at one of the shows here in town and got him to sign that. But I wonder if any of those crossed his desk that people
I don't
got him
know.
signed. And you could say, Neil, I've always wanted this book because it was voted worst book of the 1980s by a professional. And
who was the professional?
Neil
did?
Adams.
Oh, Neil Adams
Neil
wrote
Adams
the
did
worst
Skate
book.
Man, yeah.
Okay.
He wrote it and drew it and everything. Yeah.
It
was
is a
the
Sal Buscema.
Comics Journal voted it one of the worst professional comics ever made.
One reason why Sal Buscema is one of my all-time favorite artists. Just very talented guy. I wonder how old he is.
I don't know, because John is gone.
Yeah. But Sal doesn't have much of an online presence as far as I know.
He was a younger brother or something?
I don't know. Did get he got some early Spectacular Spider-Man's got number 4. That was a $2 comic. You got number 6.
Okay, I'm going to put you in a prominent place.
You are.
So I'm going to put it right here.
Oh, talking about my.
I need to fill a hole in.
I'm selling some consignment books in here.
Trying to help you make the big money, man.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's right.
Help you make the big money.
That was actually at number 10. I don't remember that cover. And I was reading Spectacular, but I don't remember that cover from back then. But I do remember the White Tiger, though. I just don't remember that cover.
He's not Rocket Racer, buddy.
He's not Rocket Racer. And then I think probably in my mind, my greatest coup today was the $2 John Byrne Captain Americas, man, because they're in nice shape. Love that one, the cap for president. And then Baron Blood. $254, the second part. This one also introduced a new Union Jack at the time that I thought they were going to do some stuff with. I'm not sure if they ever did with that one or not.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that, but you're right. I'm not sure I've ever seen that guy again.
It was a great story, fun story.
Because I think lately when they brought Union Jack back, it's the original Union Jack, I think.
Right. Double Tales reprinting great old Steve Ditko Spider-Man stories.
Yeah, I guess you heard about Ditko, didn't you?
I did. I did. One of these days I'm going to have to bring you my...
I'm telling you, that letter, that thing could be pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know how many times he would write people back, but I bet it wasn't very often.
He's done it a few times, but...
and him just writing in block letters his name is as close to a signature of him you ever get. So I got to believe that letter's worth some bucks, man.
It could be. I'd have a hard time letting go of it.
Well, I know what you mean, because it's written to
Ditko.
you. I know, exactly. Yeah,
well, but he also mentions in it, mentions where one of his influences for Mr. A, which was Wit's End, you know. I mean, that's...
Well, he worked on some Wit's Ends.
Right, right. So.
I don't know why they call Wits. I never could figure out why they call Wits Ends a fanzine, because you had Ditko and Reed Crandall and Frank Frazetta and Wally Wood. Oh, those poor amateurs. How did they ever get in the business?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
how's
not
that
sure
a
I recognize
fanzine?
any of those names.
I mean, I guess they're fans technically, but those guys are pros, man.
Right.
It's like, how in the world do you call that a fanzine?
Yeah.
Well,
So all in all, a great day. And it was a great time. It's always fun to go to a local con and then to go afterwards, spend time with friends, spend time hunting old comics, and then go and share those discoveries with a friend, especially when he's a comic shop owner. That's a lot of fun. That's a blast, talking comics with Mike. So anyway, thanks for watching 4-Color Commentary. Don't forget to check out Comic Book Straight Talk, and we'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.